Hello and welcome, and hello to our Ultimate Plays. In particular, what the heck's going on there? Setting up today seemed to take ages. I don't know what's going on. I think it's all the new bits of kit I've got that's been confusing me a bit. Right, yes, let's get this loaded up. So, we need to start today with an error, and basically, I made a mistake, and that mistake is these balancers, and I suspect it's a mistake I made absolutely ages ago, which is to say, I think it's a mistake I've been replicating across multiple games that I've played, and I am stood next to the mistake, which is that these balancers, these 4-lane balancers that I've been putting in, are not correct. And the reason they're not correct is that there is a splitter missing, and that splitter is missing here. Now I spotted that. Sorry, something weird's going on again. I think the bitrate on this must just sort of make it up as it goes along. It doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever. It drops right down to like 3, and then it'll go up to 8. I think it must be the thing. Anyway, so yes, basically these should have an extra splitter in here because they're not currently balancing all 4 lanes. And what I spotted it when I was messing about with the on my test map, because I put them in there as well, and I suspect, as I say, that I've been doing it for quite a while. You know, and I guess it's a mistake I made a while back, and then I've just been replicating. It's like having a blueprint that has an error in it and copying it forward. So what we need to do is basically move these back, add in a splitter here. Oops, that's wrong. Okay. Like that. And that's now correct, basically. It's kind of one of the things that I'm not sure really balancers are kind of needed in the game anymore, especially not now that we've got these things. And as you see, did that make any real difference? I don't think it really did. But yeah, so I've actually fixed them. So I've done them here, and I've done the ones over at the trains. I haven't done the ones at the outposts. I'm not sure I'm going to bother, to be honest with you. I mean, you can see, so and this one actually shows quite well the problem, in the sense that basically what it's actually doing is it's balancing those 2 lanes and those 2 lanes separately. And as you can see, so this has got a lot more on it than these 2. And out of the end of it, it's still got a lot more on it. And so effectively, all this is like, I mean, you can actually see it in that goes underground there and connects there. And these 2 are sort of balancing across those 2, but there's no balance between those 2 lanes effectively. So you get this unevenness still. So I might go around and fix them, but a lot of these, you know, I mean, there's only 630k there, for example. You know, there's only, well, I suppose there's a million, but yeah. So I've kind of done the ones that are important. This one over here, for example, I went around and did these. So these are all fixed now, and I fixed the blueprints and all that sort of stuff. So, so yeah. But it was. Oh, what's that moaning about there? Not having. Oh, I bet is that for? Oh, what it is. The bots in these Spidertrons occasionally do things instead of my own bots. I don't know what logic it used to assign them, but basically they did some of those jobs, and then it's got nowhere to put it because it's full up. So the aim for the stream really today, as I say, that has been there basically since the beginning. You know, since I put them in, because I think I've been doing that error for a long time. So yeah, it's quite interesting. But it kind of shows, I think, that I'm not sure balancers are really kind of needed in a sense. You're always sort of in a position where you're either the lanes are kind of full or they're not, you know, and balancing between them, I'm not sure it makes a lot of difference really. So yeah, so the plan for the episode, what I've been doing, I've been filling about on my test map with sort of how to do this better, because basically I got this sort of wrong. Not quite, but there's a better way for me to rearrange this that's a bit more sort of efficient and actually going to do what we want, because there's too many, I think. Let's have a look. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 32. Yes, there's too many green circuits. So this obviously isn't really running because there's no speed modules in there. But it's too many things, and basically each of these can actually kind of support 2 of these. So so yeah, we can rearrange this and make it a bit better. And we can also join these 2 up, basically, so these can be next to each other. But it means coming over here and sort of rearranging it all. And once we've done that, we'll then do red circuits as well. We'll make a red circuit build. Not sure where I'll put that. Probably might just stick it in there, basically. But that involves doing oil, basically. You know, we need some oil to feed that. Feed that plastic, basically. So yeah, so let's head over. Shall I take one of the spiders? I should really, because it's got a lot of stuff in it. The big problem still is modules. Because the thing we'll do if we get the red... Oh, I might as well do it on the map rather than running up there. Is we need to sort of stick modules in these as well so that they're more efficient. But as you can see, we're now sort of... There's material up here and getting up here fairly regularly. But the whole process of making them is very slow. So really we want, maybe a couple of extra speed ones. And, the longer term plan is to build an actual factory for them. But yeah, so... I mean, the other thing, I was thinking about doing is reworking the science, because this definitely could do with speeds on it. I did actually stop while I was fiddling around doing that, so we can restart that, basically. That was nearly done, and I kind of stopped it. But then it's really, it becomes about... I'll probably take these up to 10, all of them. But then it becomes about the productivity, the worker speed, and the artillery. Right, so if we want to take you... No, not you. You, yeah, okay. So let's take you over. But yeah, we can kind of get... We can take in sort of 4 lanes... Well, you don't quite need 4 lanes of iron, but 4 lanes each of iron and copper. And get not far off 8 lanes of green circuits out. So that's kind of what we're going to aim for. As I say, it will be dependent on modules, really, though. But I say we can sort of... let's leave you there. Oh yeah, they're going to dash over and... So what I actually want to do, I want to sort of disconnect these. So if we just sort of do that... Oh, let's just take them out, basically. So continue chunking through for the time being. Have I got... I have. Don't really want that. Right. So let's see, eat through the material. But what we can do, we can pick up the beacons. Because I don't want an inventory full of iron and copper plates, basically. So. How are we doing? Might take a bit longer than I thought, actually. I thought they'd chunk through it quite quickly, but perhaps not. Yeah, okay. Let's stick these in a chest. Yeah, just go around, pick the beacons up. That and that. Oops. There we go. So there. Oops. And then is that all of them? No, that's not all of them. There we go. Grab them. Okay, let's pick all of them up. I was actually, say on the test map, what I was trying to do was arrange them so that it was like a continuous block, if you see what I mean. So it's easy enough to do with the smelters, the you know, furnaces. But I was getting in a real muddle trying to do it with these as well. Because what you know, well, what's it going when we get there? But let's chuck these in another chest over here. Oh, power. And any more? Yeah, put them in there. Start picking this up. I can always just stick them in because there's obviously the chests sort of down the bottom, so I can kind of get rid of the junk. But say I was trying to avoid too much of that. But there we go. I guess we will have to. Yeah, so you see these all these iron plates. I don't really want them in my inventory. Bing bong bing. Do, do, do. Yeah. Biddle bob indeed. So this is the iron train basically, so we can... Oh! Got some stuff being blown up. Oh, that was because what's happened, basically. I was going to show it, actually. Obviously, now that we've done a range one, all of the artillery that we put down suddenly has a bigger range. So now it's clearing out all the bases that were, you know, out of range before. And then, I mean, they don't have a lot of shells in there, really, because of the very limited density. But it means we get these massive biter attacks. And it is just sort of slightly enough, particularly when you get a lot of behemoths, to trash the edges, basically. But that's why there's, you know, replacement, you know, bits and pieces in the stations. Right, how are we doing? I should probably empty out more generally. Get rid of the stuff we don't need for this. Oh, I can't. There you go. You see. So say on these edges, they're just sort of, it's just slightly too much. Particularly, I think the system has run out of landmines. I don't think there's enough being made. Right. So if we put in, let's just stick. There it is. There's the iron plates. So if I say get rid of the walls and what to do that, and then I don't know. No, the lights maybe, chests, pipe stuff, pumps, rail thing. I'm not sure why I've still got them to actually. Get rid of that. Don't need them. Oops. Yeah, that'll do. Right. I'll put that in there. Still got some legs for some reason. Right. So there's a lot more room. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit disorganised. Oh, you're off, are you? I'll do my place. See you later. So I'm feeling a bit disorganised with this, but very strange day, if I'm totally honest. It's sort of I don't know. It's felt like I've not really achieved anything today. In fact, I don't quite understand how it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I think it might be a sort of knock on from work, which has been stupidly busy again this week. My brain's just sort of zoned out. Let's grab this. Go. Got to pick up all of this yet, lads. And that. Oh, of course. Spidey. So effectively completely resetting everything that we did last week. But there you go. Oh, and I've not got any room anymore. Right. So this is copper. I'll stick that in there. Sure, there's much more efficient ways of doing this, but whatever. Let's put that in there. Some more text coming in. So it's the corners, really. It's because it's this, you know, big arc here. Right, so let's empty you out again. Slots that you've got. Like that as well. It does mean this, the issue, it does mean all the upgrading's been done. So that's a good thing. Actually, let's stick a few chests here. Stick them in there. Them in. Yeah, so all of that upgrading has been done. So we could actually do some more of it. So this is all fully upgraded now, blue belt. I'm thinking, so there's I got Thursday and Friday off. They're my days of toil where I worked holiday days. So what do we want to upgrade? So we can upgrade something about doing another sort of all-day base. Well, I couldn't actually manage all day last time. Completely ran out of steam after a while. But yeah, doing some doing another. Where do I want to take this? Say if we take it up to the end of science again, which is about there, isn't it? That's the end of science. We could pick those two lanes up, to be honest with you. These ones over here. In fact, why don't we do that? Because I'm using these to bring, you know, stuff back again, so we don't really need these parts of them here. Look at all of that, crikey. Up to there, so I can get rid of them. So that's some more jobs for them to do. Cool. Right, how are we doing? Let me pick all of this up as well. Shaboom! One of the big problems... Oh, of course I'm full. One of the big problems of when you're doing this sort of thing is because there's so much material sat on the belts. That's why it's sort of so intensive, basically. Right, stick them in there. Get rid of them. Because basically the bots have to pick all of the items up effectively off the belts, and obviously blue belt in particular is very dense with the amount of material on it, so it's one of the reasons it takes so long to do. Oops. Missed. Whether I end up... I was trying to work it through. So that's why I've got the test map, because I'm sort of planning out the builds, and I've got some sort of designs done for all of the sciences up to purple, basically. So I'm trying to work out purple. Now, the big question I kind of need to answer myself is whether I'm going to do local smelting or... Because I think green circuits are worth, you know, doing this with. So bringing them, you know, to the actual, you know, local factories. So it gives us something, you know, something to do, as it were. Probably end up being bigger than this in the end. If I get Spidey to move up, to at least pick this stuff up, and we can get moving, basically. more of them in there. More of them in there. No, that's not iron, that's iron. Them in there. Perhaps put more belt in there. Gives us a bit of room. The problem with this, you know, reason I'm having to really, or the real reason I'm having to take it apart is because I penned myself in. Basically, we need to move it over, essentially. That's kind of a big thing. It's almost Nilhouse style, isn't it? Because I know he quite famously would tear up entire sections of his base to move them 2 tiles to the left, sort of thing. Or he used to, anyway. I guess he's probably got a bit more practice now. Right, let's do some of this manually. Actually, let's go and see what Spidey's got. Make its bots work as well. Grab all of this. Nearly there. I was playing Satisfactory yesterday, as per always. Started to feel like it's kind of getting somewhere, but also that I really need to sort of commit to doing either some work off stream, or perhaps doing some other streams, maybe during the week or something. Hopefully work should be easing off a bit for a while, so I might do that. It feels like I start to get a bit of momentum in each episode, and then I kind of stop, and that's it. So not at all sure what to make of that bug I found. Not that I found it, as it were, but that bug that there is. How are we doing? We can't be far off now. So that's that. So there's a couple of little bits there, and I think that's it. Right, we need to go and make sure Spidey's full of rubbish. And then we can kind of start again, basically. So this is a bit of the game that I don't know, basically. That's kind of my problem's not the right word, is it? But that's what I'm trying to overcome here. The how do I do scale? You know, what does a big, you know, Trismegistus, you know, factory look like? How does that work? And as I say, I don't have proper answers for that. I can play the game, you know, well, I would say pretty well. I mean, that's obviously a bit of a brag, to say the least. Let's put that there. So they're all in line. I can chuck the ore in. You know, as a general thing, I think, you know. I mean, well, so during the week, during the week, I've been playing the game normally as well, and basically, I've been going for the lazy bleeper achievement. I wish they hadn't called it that. But yeah, going for the lazy bleeper achievement, and I've done it basically. So I've launched the rocket without building with. So where does this need to be? I guess we need to avoid this. This is the thing. So we really need to sort of start here. But we need room to be able to bring things around the side. So I need a bit of space. Obviously, I've got I've got that line. That's not a bad indication of where we need to be. But we need to put at least 2, 3, 4, and then say 2 for undergrounding. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 for undergrounding. So this is the very edge of the corner of where we can put. I've put all of the beacons in the thing. Let's get my legs on. So it needs a few beacons. Right. So say this is the very edge of where a beacon could be. And then up here we've got the same question. We've got a. In fact, I might use that actually. So this is the edge of where the patch is. So we want a bit of space. We want 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we want 2, and then we want 4. Then we want 2, and then we want 4. And then we want 2. So that's the very edge of where. So our beacon closest to the patch and the railway should be there. So just in case, let's start our build there. Okay. So it's the same basic. I mean, this bit wasn't wrong before. Whoops. Whoops. Like so. And that bit's fine. And that bit's fine. The difference, though, is basically where I'm taking things in and out. So it's easier actually if I do a couple. And what I want to do basically is bring material in at the bottom. Now what I was trying to do on my other map was, so for example, if we do, which is first over here, we do iron first. So this would be iron ore coming in. And essentially we want a big row of 4 lanes, because it's like a mini bus. Same principle as I was doing last week. It's just to say I've sort of organised it a bit more efficiently, so it makes a bit more sense. So that's all of the things come in. So what I was trying to do on the other map, on the test map, is we essentially have 5 of these, because you get out more than you put in with prod modules. So that's 3, 4, 5. And that's the iron basically. So what we'll do, we'll put a load of these, and there'll be not, well, we'll come to that in a moment, but there'll effectively 9 rows of that. But then immediately afterwards there'll be copper. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that basically. Except we'll take them out because you can't actually feed 5 things worth. So we'll essentially get 5 lanes out, and then what we do. Now I say what I was trying to do, but I was getting so confused it was getting ridiculous. But we could also bring the copper down this way and then just underground it all the way over, and it gets to a whole load of smelters here. So in other words, we're feeding in there for iron, and we're feeding in the top. I mean, you can actually do circuit controls and stuff, but we're feeding in the top for copper. And obviously these are just undergrounding. There's no actual connection here. It's just it flips over sort of halfway. So this stops effectively. And then, let's say what I was trying to do was have it then, so instead of this being, so basically, like on the smelting arrays where I do the whole thing where you come in with the iron ore, and then out with the iron plate like that. So, whoop, whoop, and there's your smelters there. Yeah. Trying to do that with these as well, and I was getting so confused, it was getting ridiculous. Where basically I was trying to get it so that this would be it for iron, iron ore would end there, and then iron plate would come out that way and feed into the actual circuit production. But I say I was getting so confused. So what I actually ended up doing was taking it out the top, basically. So we need a couple of lanes, essentially, of things. Because, oops, I find it works better, and this may just be the rubbishness of how I'm doing it, but I find it works better if you have a couple of outs, as it were. Because then it can feed onto either side depending on if there's room, basically. And so it sort of evens itself out automatically. I bet from a UPS point of view that's probably horrendous, but I say it's what I'm going to do. So essentially this is the unit, basically. This is the unit we're repeating. Oh, I need all the actual modules, don't I? Where the heck goes those chests? Over here. Here we go. Actually, let's grab some more. So yeah, so then these are speeds, obviously. And then these are prods. Oh, I should have done it here. Like that. Yeah, so basically, as I say, we're going to take all the iron ore up here and then feed it across. And then out the top will come a whole... So it's very similar to what we had before, but I say not quite as well put together. But then immediately after this is the copper. And so what we'll do is we'll feed that in on the other side and have that come out the top as well. It can do it at the bottom, you know, that won't work, but I say it's just sort of easy to repeat exactly the same belt setup, basically. So we'll do that. Right, so what I need to do then is copy that unit. Like that. Copy that around. Oh, it's not putting the modules in, is it? Okay, fine. Let's turn the bots off for a sec. So we don't want... Well, actually, let's just get rid of it. Oh, and I've turned the bots off. How can I do that? Right, obviously. Let's just manually pick it one up. Oh, I could have left the bell. That's fine. Right. Oh, I need to pick that one up. You've got modules in, haven't you? Yeah. Okay, so we'll copy and paste this to get them. And then we'll copy and paste that. Do that one and that one. Oh, and I guess it's not. Okay. I always thought it let you overlap there. You know, let you redo the modules, beacons, no, modules that you'd put in. You know, just by plopping them down on top. I guess not. Right, so let's try that again. Has that got all the modules and beacons in? Modules and... yeah, beacons. Yeah, that looks okay. And then that one there. And that one there. It's quite a reassuring thud it makes, isn't it? Boom. There. Ah. What have I done wrong there? Okay. There. So hopefully that's right. So we need to do some manual editing of it, basically. So we don't want these last two rows here. Or we don't need them, basically. There's not enough iron ore to support quite this many. So we can get rid of those two. We then need to take these out. So that it doesn't try and feed the iron across, because that was getting a bit messy as well. We then need, but we then want to copy and paste this one and use a feature that I am almost always forgetting exists, which is the flip. Oh, there's something over there. It's a rock. Yeah, the flip. We just press F and it just, flips it, mirrors it basically. And this then is our copper. And what this means is we don't need 2 lots of beacons basically for that. Now what I was trying to do, and we do need to edit this because we don't want these basically. Actually that'll work, won't it? Because give it another go. Because it should turn around the... Yeah, there we go. So I say we can feed the copper in that way. And I say what I was trying to do before on my test map and getting very confused and getting all of the lanes mixed up was basically have the copper coming down here and then it would feed in here. So it'd be along the top. And as I say, also then have the output this way as well and have the actual green circuit build on the end here. But as I say, I got massively confused. So we'll do the simple version. Now what we need to do is kind of turn our bots on, pick up lots of beacons. We'll leave the modules for now. That's all rubbish I need to sort out later on, isn't it, apart from them. Right. Yeah, Jams 27 Flip is a game changer. Yeah, so I keep forgetting to use it. I've been playing this game. This isn't meant as like a humble brag or a boast or anything, but I've been playing the game for a long time, and a lot of the quality. It's like rotate basically. I cannot get myself to use. You got the, so you plop down and just R turns it clockwise, and it's Shift R turns it the other way. I cannot get myself to do that. To me, because I was playing before they introduced that, so to me to get to a left-hand version, it's 3 R presses, and I say I cannot get my brain to do Shift R. It's not part of my muscle memory. Right, but yeah, the flip's great. I say, and it's just the problem is I forget a lot of I forget it exists basically. What do I need? I need lots of undergrounds, don't I? So if I undergrounds, there we go. Probably need more. Yeah, I've not got enough smelters. Actually, I'll flop out. Let's plop them in. Where are the other chests? Because I think I put. Did I put all the smelters in the other chest? Did I put them all in here? I can grab them. No, I didn't. Where are the smelters then? Unless I haven't got enough, because I guess I wouldn't have enough, would I? Because I've put down more than I had. Yeah, no, we haven't got enough nuts. Okay, probably haven't got enough undergrounds either. Might have to head back then, because that's all rubbish that I want to sort of sort out later on. We could stick them in, the ones we've got. Oops, grab them. Those chests up. Yeah, we're not going to have enough smelters. And I've flipped out, haven't I? Yeah, also because I've switched over to fast inserters. I won't have enough of them. I should have thought about that before I was coming over here. So we need more smelters, we need more fast inserters, and we need more undergrounds. Which I do not think we have here. We have more beacons. Ah, we have undergrounds, so we put them in. But yeah, I was using... I mean, we need them for the actual green circuit building. So let's see how many of them we can get in. Once I kind of work this out and how I want to do it, eventually it'll just, you know, it'll be kind of a case, I think, of getting Spidey to do it all, you know, remotely. But as I say, we're still in the sort of experimental phase where I'm not fully... Oh, look. Some of these are missing modules. How's that happened? Oh, it's because those didn't have them in. That's annoying. Okay. Let's head back to the main area. And I'll take Spidey because that'll be quicker, I think. What have you got in you? Oh, you've got smelters. Oh, and fasts. Okay, maybe we just get you to do it then. So we've got, oh, where are you going? Where are you going? Stop running away. Let's have you sat there and do a load of that then. The flashing's driving me nuts. I'm going to have to turn the power on. Just quickly. It'll still flash because there's not enough. Not enough modules, are there? Cool. Okay, so I say the basic idea. In fact, let's hook this up actually. Just make sure it works. So we want copper coming in here and connecting to these. Let's leave a little gap. So we're like that. Like, oops. 2, oops. 4. Like that. Right priority. Cool. Okay, so we want to copy that. Stick that in there. So let's just hook it all up, make sure it's working. That should be it. Yeah. And then copy that down. Okay, so if we let me think. So this is where the copper will be coming in, obviously by train eventually. This used to be blueprints. So where the heck are the? There we go. Bing bong bing. Let's set it doing more mining productivity because that'll last a while. So yeah, if we do down here like this, I think. Oops. No, that was wrong. There we go. Okay, so this is copper coming in. Obviously, it doesn't have the speeds on it, so it won't actually kind of work in the way it needs to. But what we need to do, the tweak we need to make here, basically, is that we need like more outputs basically, because what will happen is this top one essentially fills up with stuff and kind of acts as like a fill-in buffer. You see what I mean when it's working, but basically the that. And this one here, it ends up being a sort of bonus amount of material, basically. So it's like extra stuff coming out. Right, so we want these to output like this. And we want a... Well, I'm going to put one on. I don't know that it needs it, but... Like that. And like that, to stick them together. So we want to copy and paste that a bunch of times. 3, 4, 5. So that should be all the copper. And then this should be all the iron. We'll hook the iron up next. Make sure that's all working. And we can use... is it now? There we go. Flip that. There we go. Alrighty. Well, let's just pick that one up because it's not got the priorities on it. There we go. There. Okay, and I might as well use... No. And then where's iron ore? Here it is. Oh, I've got all my chests in the way. That's annoying. How about we... There you go. So I'm rotating it by hitting it 3 times rather than, you know, Shift R. So I just can't get my brain to adjust to that. Whoops. You get quite... It's the old... I don't know what the official name for it. The... where when you lay in a belt, it now sticks in lane, as it were. Is really useful as well. But I keep forgetting it's not on blueprints, so... And copied and paste as well. You know, it doesn't work on copy and paste, so... Right, so pick all of that up. Because we know where the edge of the... Oh! Huh. That has no power. Not sure what happened there. So are we getting iron ore? No, we're not. Where's the iron ore? Oh, it's just filling up, I guess. So give that a sec to fill up. So these are, it's not actually going to, you know, properly fill because there's so many speed modules missing. It won't actually work properly, but in fact I'll probably just leave that, because what you can do, you get this in, it's inefficient because it's, you know, always sticking on the same side, and I could put full on balancers in, but what we can do very simply is the point where it stops, you know, having extra bits come through, essentially. So where it's not, I say it's because it's backing up because it's not actually using it, but you can basically flip these so that it becomes a single belt again, and it'll actually all sort of push up through. But so I kind of do that later on when it's all properly up and running. Right, so basically, as I say, we now get 5 rows out, and we kind of don't need to, because we're balancing them coming in. We kind of don't need balancers here. That was actually how I spotted the error with my 4-lane balancer, where I mucked up the lanes basically, because I was looking online for a 5-lane balancer, and obviously Blueprints got thing, and there was a whole load of them listed or shown in pictures. Why I'm picking up them up by hand, but I am. And it just sort of twigged in my head that I'd missed off that one splitter, basically. Right, so that there. Like that. 1, 2, yeah. I'll say, oops, eventually. These don't properly fill up, you see, is basically the point. Right, so what we then want is the whole... Oh, I haven't got any. Why is that not? There we go. It's the whole actual production of green circuits. Is that lined up? Yeah. So if we leave a little bit of space, just in case, and then same pattern again, basically, of modules, beacons. I always get them mixed up. But basically, we now swap out, and we're going to have an actual assembly machine in, and obviously that has modules in it. In fact, yeah, I'm just wondering how I'm going to get the speeds in the template if I can't, because it'll just stick them in. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge in a moment. But basically, we... oh no, what I was... Let me think. I need to move this over. Yeah, that's too close. Did I turn them on? I did. So we want it far enough over. I'll just plop it there. I want it basically... I say this is where I was getting confused, because what I was trying to do was have them come directly through. I will work it out eventually. So this isn't even the final iteration of this. But yeah, I was trying to have them come through. And so instead we'll do the equivalent of this and push the material through, basically. So we want to copy this, and we want it there. Copy that. Have that come down. In fact, I might... Well, I'll leave it for the moment. So, we need this. Not copy. Cut. There we go. We need this sort of there-ish then. Yeah, so it's effectively the same idea that these will be pushing the material down lanes here, basically. And we want to double this up. In fact, we want to triple it up, basically. Essentially, this is a green circuit producer. This is a green circuit producer. And this is a copper cable producer. And essentially, all I'm going to do is we'll have the material coming in here and going across. And this is where we flip to using, what should we call it, stack inserters. And then these, I mean, this is how it was. When we, well, no, this isn't how it was. Because I was only feeding one green assembler with one circuit, which was not correct. In fact, I think you can get slightly more. Let's pick that up, in fact. So these are all just the raw materials. Yeah, I think you can feed more. Pick that up. More green green assembly. That's too much. I can get rid of that though. those are all things. This is the general chest of stuff. That's raw materials again. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So basically, and what I'm doing then is just, you know, feeding that in basically, and then down here is the iron plate, and this grabs iron plate. Probably don't need them, but say it's just easier to do basically. And then that's out. Let's go with it that way. And then go like that, go like that, like that. Oh, wrong place. But it it works it's quite cyclic in the sense that I don't actually know how people do proper 12 beacon things. As I say, the whole point of this series is me learning basically. And I prefer to try and do my own thing before, you know, copying other people, because I'm just stubborn basically. Honorary stubborn bugger. All right, that looks right. So it's getting it's got not getting the output. That's right. So we need somewhere to do the output, and this is where it gets a bit messy. But what we want to do first, do I want to do that first? Let's do it now anyway, just because. One, two, three, and basically these three will fill a blue belt essentially. So at least I think they do, unless I've misremembered again. And basically we'll repeat that 4 times. And what I'm going to do is very similar to this, partly so we can reuse the beacons, is that we'll have one on the bottom. Now, what might happen, in fact, looking at the distance, it's probably quite likely, is that this is too long? No, that's fine. Basically, we'll have one lot coming out the bottom and say feeding in there, and one lot coming out the top and going around and feeding in there, basically. But I need to put in the whole system. System's a grand word, isn't it? But how am I going to do this? Basically, we need to take the green circuits up the top, which means I need to remember how I did that. It was something like... Oh, that was it, yeah. So it's double-sided, basically. Because that coincides with that, basically. And that was the thing I was sort of struggling a bit with. Because we need one there as well. Like that. And I say, my brain trying to get it... was it there? Yeah, there we go. Oh. Why is that not? Because that... Maybe I must have had the... Oh, no. No, well, you wouldn't... Yeah, you wouldn't need it. You don't need two inserters there. Yeah, okay, so that must be what I was doing. So this was the bit where I say I was sort of struggling, basically. So we do that, because that's connected, isn't it? Which side have I got that on? So that's at the top. That's at the top. And it goes to there. So top, bottom. Oh, I know what's wrong there. That should be there. There we go. So we can output on both sides. That's right. There we go. There we go. So this is the output. So we get two lots of output. So actually probably, will that reach? Yeah, there we go. Let's keep a bit of symmetry to it. So it's always at the bottom. There we go. Like so. Like so. Like so. Like that. And then the same basic idea. In that we feed them both into, you know, the balancer to make it into one lane. Yes, there we go. And then we copy and paste that, and we both flip, we both rotate and flip. Is that correct? So we've now got green circuits, except that I think I can make that. How many green circuit machines have I actually got? I've got 1, 2, 3. Do I actually need another copper cable? Or can I, am I just, so if I do that, well, it's difficult to look at the blueprint when absolutely everything is green. So that's green, 2, oh, I think I need another copper cable machine. Yeah, I do. So we need to put this, we need to duplicate this bit to there. Here we go. This is what I was saying. Because this is the other reason I couldn't feed it all through, because it doesn't quite match up numerically, if you see what I mean. You should be okay if I just copy that bit, say, and that goes, yeah, there you go, see? It's overlapping with the train. We can ignore that bit at the bottom first, though, but we need to flip it as well. There we go. So this is now overlapping with the thing, and I say this is where it really broke my brain. Not that the bit we've just been doing didn't demonstrably break my brain as well. Is that all the bits? Yeah, so it needs to move up, basically, you see. But you see we've now got inputs this way and outputs this way. So we should have 1, 2, 3 green circuits outputting that way. And 1, 2, 3 outputting that way. And then we got weird things. We don't, you know, we so obviously don't need these because, you know, they're all going the wrong way effectively. So I can pick them up. Oops. Ah, I've not got all the inserters in. Output. We don't need those, do we? Output. Yeah, so this needs to move up, basically. Should be okay, though. We should still... I mean, we might have to lose a bit of that, but it should still sort of fit, I think. So, basically, we need to move all of this up. By how much, though? Probably a bit more than that. So I might have to do some jinking around. Is that going to be enough? So we need the... but we only need 4 lanes. Oh, we can spaghetti it around, I think. Oh. No, it should work. Yeah, that should work. Well, I don't know what weirdness has happened here. Guess I just accidentally grabbed that bit of it. Cool, so that does fit, I think. And then we want to copy this up 4 times, basically. Actually, let's copy that bit. Plop that there. And then copy all of that. So you want 4 of these. 3, 4. And yeah, as I say, what I was trying to do basically was have the iron plate and copper plate come through so that we would be able to effectively reuse the beacons again. So there would be, you know, an assembly machine here, in a sense. I've just picked up a beacon to show you an assembly machine. There we go. So it'd be an assembly machine sort of here, and it would go straight in. But as you can see, it's mismatched and misaligned. So eventually what I would have to have is, say, that copper line. It would actually be like iron across there, copper across there, iron across there, copper across there. But I say it's not quite even, so it goes, you know, it starts with, you know, iron, copper, iron, copper, iron, copper, iron, copper, iron, copper, iron, and of course then it's mismatched here. So it's not. It's because I'm using, you know, it basically the mass doesn't tie up nicely, and I just couldn't get my head around it. Certainly not in the time I was kind of willing to mess about with it. Right, has Spidey got any extra things that she can fill in for us? Let's say I'll keep messing about on my test map, and eventually I might be able to work it all out. Hopefully. Is that all of everyone done what they can? I think so. So, we could just send you back, couldn't we? Let's try and think. Yeah, I think you could just go back, but let's turn this on. Because it should have all the assemblers in it. So it should work, in quotes. And we can test that out. Let's pick some of this up. Right. So say, same basic deal. Oh, have I not got any splitters? Has Spidey got any splitters? Yeah, looks like you have. Oh, you got loads of them. Cool. Okay. Oops. That wants to be out. Right out, rather. Put that in there. And then we'll copy that. There. There. And then it will be copper coming down the other one as well, but we need undergrounds on that. So let's just pick all of this up. And I need a bit more. And like that. That. Have you got undergrounds as well? Oh, yeah. Right, so let's copy and paste that one. open that up. Oh. Alright, that looks fine. Like there. Oops. Yeah, okay. So we can just then copy a bit of this. Take it one further down. Copy that. So it won't operate anything like kind of as efficiently as we want or need it to, or productively as we need it to, because it doesn't have the speed modules in particular. But we can at least see whether we get green circuits everywhere, and we do. Excellent. I might plop down a radar over here. Just plop it in this sort of slot here. Like that, so we've got some eyes on it. Now, I haven't really got any belts, so we might as well do a thing. But what I can do... Oh! Just kind of chuck a lot of this in these machines. Okay, should be able to pick, yeah. It's basically putting it back to where they started, in many ways, at the beginning of the stream. Bit more in there. Cool, okay. So there were some here, weren't there, that, yeah, I'd missed off the prod modules, so we can get them in. Any others? I think it was just on the edges, basically. Yeah, we go there. Any others? I can't see any others missed. We can do some checking later on, basically. Using the upgrade planner trick. I can pick all of that up. And get them. Can't get them though. Okay. So let's get rid of the copper cables. The rest we can just do good old-fashioned personal inventory drop. Unless you can take some stuff, can you? Oops. I'll be able to chuck them. Cool. Well, let's get rid of them. There we go. Right, that should let me pick up the... excuse me. Pick up the final dump chest. Yes, there we go. Right, so we'll head back to base, sort of dump all this stuff off. We might have some more speed modules then. You never know. Have they done all the upgrading? Oh, they have, look. They're so quick and efficient, these bots. I don't know if all of this is... Well, it looks like... Oh, that isn't. We can upgrade this as well, get them working on that. I think I'll do that once I've picked up what we need, though. So, if I turn my logistics on, and is yours on? Yeah, yours is on already. Oh, no, because the personal logistics is on, it's dumped a load of stuff in trash. Right. In fact, it's dumped a load of stuff in trash, but not filled the slots. Okay, whatever. Oh, run right past it. Right, so let's hop out. Make sure your thing's on. Cool. Make sure mine's all working. Cool. It's going to dump them out, isn't it? Oh, doesn't matter. So how many speeds would we need? So this needs speeds altogether. So that needs 650? Ouch. Because there's not a single speed in there. Now, it's these ones here, isn't it? So it's the sort of second... Oh, it's them as well. Blimey. So... If we say that, so how many beacons there? 250. So that's another 500. So I need 1,100 speed modules. Wow. Okay. Yes, indeed. Okay. Oh, it's got not any green circuits again. But then it wouldn't, because I'm fiddling about with the whole green circuit build, so... Yes, this is just starving again. At least this is working properly now. I wonder how many games and playthroughs I've done where I've made that error. Wow. Yes, so this won't be bringing any things over, will it? Because I haven't even hooked it up. No. Okay. So, how are we doing? So we're full. Is Spidey full? Spidey's full. Okay, so let's head back over. We'll plop them belts in. 1,000 speed 3 modules. That's going to take a while to make. Yes, that's quite a while. Night Raven. Hope you're okay. By the way. Right. But yeah, so it's sort of a... I mean, we're in that, you know, that feedback loop basically where, you know, we're not making any speed modules because there's no green circuits. But in order to make green circuits efficiently, I need speed modules. So it's like... I've put one too many of these down, haven't I? Shoot. Damn. We can't support 5, and I've put 5 down. I'm going to have to pick it all up again now. Nuts. Oh dear. That is annoying. Okay. At least it means we need less speed modules, I guess. Let's look on the bright side. Right, so we just need to hook this up. Like this. Oh, that's one too many far down. Oh. I mean, you can see here. This is because these are there's not these are. I'm getting the free things, but it's all very slow, basically, because obviously there's no. What's it running at? Minus 60% craft speed. So yeah, that's why we need the speed modules. Okay. I should turn science off, really, because that'll be eating a lot of it. But as I say, we can't actually support this, even when we get the things in. So that was an error, miscounted basically. Oh, we're full already. Of course we are. Alright, let's just stick our temperatures down again. Get rid of them. Oops. Why have I got 45 fish? Okay. It'd probably be better actually moving the speed modules over to the shush. Stop beeping at me. Oh, it's because I'm full of green circuits. Full of green circuits. So yeah, stick all of these in. So I can at least go and put the belts down for this bit. Oops. Just leave a little gap. So we want, where's the, there it is. If in doubt, shoot it. It's slightly, I'll be honest, it's slightly disconcerting for me this, because I actually got like new headphones and stuff. In fact, I got quite a few bits of new kit, but they're a lot bassier, so the game sounds like really different, but in a very subtle way. It's the same model, but they've obviously, I guess, updated the speakers they use, and I say it's a lot bassier, which I like, but I say it's sort of slightly disconcerting. Look at the green circuits flow and then stop. So this is all, kind of ready to go, basically, apart from the whole issue of not having the... let's chuck... yeah, let's chuck them in there. Yeah, that'll do. No, can't pick it all up. Okay. So I'll stick these back in the machines again, just to make sure they get used properly. And then the copper in there. And the iron in there. Right. Don't need some legs on the go. Okay. So, we don't need quite as many speeds as I thought, but it's still a lot. So this isn't 260. That's 500. So it's like 1,000 rather than 1,200. Wow. Okay, so it's a lot. Okay. So what we'll kind of do in the meantime is set up a red circuit factory. Again, we won't have the material. We won't have the modules, basically. We should have the prod modules, because we seem to have been producing quite a few of those. It's all like when I hooked up my gaming monitor for the first time, the old monitor didn't show red that well, so when I seen things like the basic science pack, I was surprised how red it was compared to my old monitor. Yeah, yeah. I say, it's like, it's weird what you get used to, sort of thing. It's like, the exact problem you talk about monitors, it's surprising how different they are, actually. We had that at work where we, showing me age again, but we, when we switched from the old cathode ray tube, so the old school, really big, bulky monitors, and we all went to flat screens. We'd so the company we would print out our own like letterheads, the the banner that goes across the top of a letter we would do, and the cathode ray tube monitors, it would match exactly what was on the printer. And then when we all got these, LED monitors, suddenly it all looked purple. So the company's color was it was slightly purple, but it was like a blue color, quite a deep blue. And I say it was slightly purple, but not, you wouldn't say, oh, that's purple. It was a proper blue color. And then when we switched to LED monitors, everyone was like, why does the logo look purple? And it didn't. When you printed it out, it looked blue. But it was such a mismatch between, the new LED monitors and the thing that everyone couldn't tell the difference. It looked massively different. I say it's quite remarkable what you sort of, what your expectations are and what you get used to and all that sort of stuff. So it's not bringing me any speed modules. Have we got any speed modules? I would guess not. No. So what we could do, what's the time? It's 4:30. Because the two jobs we need to do are all of the upgrading. Because I can go and dismantle this as well. Because this is all done. These are all fully upgraded. Let's turn the things off. I think. Looks like all blue belt to me. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so I can't see anything missing. But we kind of need to upgrade all of this to blue belt because this has been completely missed. It's all... Oh, well, it's a little bit of blue, but there's that. don't know how we're doing. I mean, there's loads of oil sat over here. Okay. But these, I mean, these all need, you know, modules as well, basically. The mistake I've kind of made in this playthrough, or two mistakes. One was the power. That was a bit of a faux pas, full stop. But also, I wasn't using modules at all, really. I did them initially a little bit, but then I haven't really put modules in anything. So we're quite minimal on them. I could recycle some of them. But yeah, I was thinking, because we need to do, you know, like making this a bit more efficient in the sense that I don't need it to make, you know, these all need things in as well. You know, I need to put a lot of circuit conditions in. Not there, not for the actual science, but this stuff needs all. I think I've done these, but you know, we need to put logistics limits on everything so that I bet we got like 1 million, you know, of these, for example, substations where I don't need them, and it's just because where they've gone into storage, and the bots tend to prefer to take out of the passive providers for some reason. I remember using the old monitors, like smaller compared to now, and then a 4:3 ratio screen. Yeah, I mean, when I say, showing my age again, when I started, computers, when I learned, you know, well, when I started, Windows was, we were on Windows 98 basically. There were two versions of Windows. There was Windows 98 and Windows NT. The two kernels, as they're called, and basically, I mean, I learned quite a lot of stuff in DOS. You know, you couldn't. Windows was kind of a new thing. What was I saying? But yeah, so looking back, and back then, I mean, monitors were 640 by 480. I mean, 640 by 480. That's like a postage stamp, basically. And the screen. I mean, the screens are obviously big, but each pixel was like this you know, it was like a pixel was like that big, sort of thing. It was, you know, when you look back at them, you can't understand how you used to be able to, you know, use computers basically. You know, compare. I mean, you know, this is a 4K monitor. It's like, what's that? That's literally 8 times as many pixels, is it? No, 16 times. I can't do the maths in my head, but yeah, it's like, and that, I mean, you know, I'm saying, showing my age in that, but it's only, I mean, that's only 20 years ago, basically. Right, so yes, I think what I'll do a little bit of the old logisticking, and then I'll have a bit of a break, get a new glass of water and stuff. So if we dash up, and then we'll start the red circuit build. It's going to be almost identical, to be honest with you, and probably what we'll do in the stream today is effectively the duplicating of this, because we'll have the green circuits coming in via train, but effectively, you know, we need the copper cable again, and so we can do this exact same arrangement. Basically, you can actually, I mean, you can support a lot more with one, but it's just easier. In my test map, I was doing a thing where basically, so you'd have one circuit, one copper, you know, cable, well, copper cable there, and then all 4 were red circuits. And the trouble with it was, it got it got really confusing, because you'd think, I mean, the easiest tiling would be then, so if these were, you imagine those 2 are green circuits, red circuits, and that then is copper cable again, but you would be feeding it into 2 machines, and I say it sort of defeats the point. So what you end up with is that it goes like red, copper, red, red, copper, red, and then the tiling gets really confusing, or it got very confusing for me anyway. But yeah, so we'll do essentially, you know, another build sort of like this with red circuits. And we'll train the green circuits in from here. Not that we can support that. And then it's about a plastic build, you know, a beacon plastic build. And we'll probably do that bit tomorrow, I'd guess. Anyway, yeah. So let's head up. Set some logistics conditions on some of this stuff. So that we're not sort of wasting a lot of the stuff that's coming in. I think I am going to cancel that. Let's just stop that research. We can pick that up later. Right, so did I do all of these? Have you got... Yeah, you're on the network, aren't you? So you're all done. What about you lot? Yeah, so you're connected to the network. I mean, the tester will be this one. If I... Oh, I guess it was holding two of them. Yeah, so hopefully those are all fine. I've set them up okay. Right, so what about this one? So if we set this to be, say... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Logistics network. Pipes, if it's, say, less than... So stack is 100, isn't it? So if we say 1,000... I'll test that. Yeah, okay, and then... We probably want this to be higher. Let's show it in action rather than that. So if we connect that to the network and do that as less than, say, 2,000. Whoops, not 20,000. We'll let that fill up. So we've got plenty of pipe. Now, do I want to set limits on these? Probably not. Because, of course, we need to... In fact, that's a point, actually. How is our power doing? Oh! So we're at halfway already. So, I will plop down a bunch more solar panels. Right. So this is kind of... Once I've worked out my builds, this is kind of how I'm anticipating building the whole of the... every outpost. We need to work, you know, we need to come up with some proper... Where the heck is that there is? Some proper designs for outposts. But I'm kind of anticipating I'll be sending Spidey over. Or multiple Spideys. We'll probably go and explore using, you know, artillery trains. Because that's quite fun. But once we've found the patches, we'll essentially send, you know, a squad of Spideys over and get them to lay down all the blueprints. So we're going to go further down. Well, let's have a look. We need more landfill laying. Where does it need to go down to? About sort of there-ish. Okay, so let's get that done. So, is that enough? Yeah, that's more than enough. So, if we go across there, like so. In fact, I might as well fill that in. I don't think they can reach it though, but we'll set them the long-term objective. Good project management. Fill this in. Obviously, you have to come back to these, but. Why is that moaning about not having... Yeah, guess it must have missed off the substation. Not fussed about this patch being covered over. There's so much uranium on the map. Right, so that's given them a nice big job to do. Yeah, so we'll leave these, because these are basically, yeah, it's fueling the solar panels. We just want like millions of solar panels. Let's connect a few more of these up then. So we want... We'll probably basically transition, I guess, away from medium poles, but I'm going to need a lot of them for whatchamacallit, for ore patches. So we do need quite a few of them. So we'll set that to say... In fact, what's in the box? Is it... What's in the box? So there's only 100 in there. How many do we want? As I say, probably want... Because some of the big patches, we'll need quite a lot of these. So maybe if we set it to 400. But you see, there you go. There's a perfect example. It's not even though that's, you know, 3-4 times what's in the box. It's not switched on because there's millions of them in the storage network somewhere. I like connecting inserters to the network, and setting conditions to them helps prevent unneeded amounts of items. Yeah, so it's what I'm trying to do now. But I should probably have done it, you know, from the beginning. But you know, it's only now that we've really got a proper bot network that's, you know, speedy and all that sort of stuff. Right, so let's connect them up to there. Again, we'll be using substations mainly for the actual builds, but we're going to need quite a lot of these to do, you know, connecting things basically. So if we set that to maybe 200. Was that 200 that I set, or did I mess that up? Enables... Yeah, that's fine then. Substations then, so we want a lot of these, basically. So if we set this to maybe 500, wouldn't be unsensible. Crikey, am I going to even use steam engines again? I probably aren't. You know, do we even need this build? Let's just leave it, but we won't set any conditions. We're going to want a few of them in case we want to do more oil cracking. I don't know that we will. I should be able to set that to a requester though. Oh, it already is a requester. Oh, okay. I guess it's converted them all. Huh. Okay. I was being sensible-ish. Nuclear power. Now, we probably do want to put a couple more down. In which case, let's set the conditions to an appropriate number of builds. So if we're saying, I'll look at me blueprint in a minute, but if we're saying that is that, I want to override that because this is quite a small number. So I sort of set this to say 12. And then if I turn that on, it shouldn't do anything. Cool. So let's have a look at my blueprint for nuclear. I think it's 48 that I've gone, you know. So it's 48 and 84. So let's just call it 50, a nice round number. So we want 3 lots, 150. Where are they? Oh. Where are they? Oh, there we go. So I want to set that to them 150. Let's leave the stack size. Okay. There probably aren't that many in there. There we go. And then, so this was 80, or 85, wasn't it? So 3 lots of that is 160, 240, 250 we could set it to. So close-ish number. The idea of this was to reduce the amount of production, but I think I'm setting things so high that things are starting to make stuff again. Da-da. Yeah, so there's not actually 250 in there. 100, not far off though. Pumps. Set that, we only want, say, 50 pumps. And pumps. 50. Oops. I missed one, didn't I? Heat pipes. How many heat pipes on our blueprints? We have 150-ish, so we want 450. Cool. $450. And turn that off. 102. Yeah, okay. Same again with the solar panels. In that, because we're going to be using loads of them, so there's no real point in setting a condition on that. But I want it 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 blocks of that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I got 4. No, we haven't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lost the ability to count there. So we've got 4 blocks of, solar panel production. So that's fine. Water pumps. Again, we don't need more than a stack, I would suggest. The point of this is kind of to stop it, spamming out loads and loads of stuff. And not waste too much, basically. So, what did I... they only stack to 20, don't they? Although we're going to need more. Let's do it 2 stacks. Lights, again, another one. That's a good one. Let's set that to 100. 100. With a stack size of 1. Should hopefully do... Oops, do nothing if I... Yep. Panels there. So that's all of the powery bits, I think. Oops. Cool. Right, concrete then. I mean, we're going to need quite a lot of concrete. Or are we? I mean, we've done the defensive walls. Obviously, we need concrete to build things like centrifuges and rocket, rocket silos. I don't know if I'm going to concrete my actual lab builds. Let's assume I am. Because it's only stone and stuff that's going into these, so... Oh. Didn't hit the inserter. Go on then. So, we want concrete. We'll set this quite high. Not 20,000. 2,000. And you copy that over. And then... I guess I should do all of them, shouldn't I? Oops. Hazardcrete. Set that to 1,000. I bet this is thrilling viewing, watching me do this. Oh, this is where I was boosting up the amount of concrete. For when I was doing the walls. So we could just copy that over, couldn't we? Again. And then we got refined concrete. Again, am I going to concrete my base? Let's assume the S. Again. I'll set that again to 2000. So you shouldn't do anything. Yep. Walls. Haha. Again. Oh, I missed one. There we go. What have we got in there? So that's refined hazardcrete. Again, set that to 1000. Walls, yes. So it should be quite a lot, I guess, in the long-term storage, but I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of outposting, so we do want not 50,000 though. Do want a lot of walls. Oh, actually, it won't even hold 5,000, will it? No. So if we set that to 4,000, that's probably easier. And then gates. Again, outposts probably have quite a few gates on them, but probably not more than 100 needed. Let's do the stack size again. Cool. Okay, so that's all of them done. Do we want to do military stuff now? Oh, these are quite slow, aren't they? I'm thinking about ripping this up and doing something a bit, you know, a bit more efficient. Because if we're using artillery to clear things, this is nowhere near enough, basically. I don't really enjoy dealing with nuclear power that much. Trying to find a suitable spot to place the reactors and a sufficient amount of water to keep it running. Sometimes I find it too much work to deal with. Yeah, I mean, I like to put them in. I mean, what I was thinking about doing, I don't know how nuts I want to go with this process, because the whole thing is me learning to do a Megabase, so that's all about producing science packs, but I'd quite like to do a towns-based approach and possibly have an entire town that's like military stuff, and then we could probably run the military base on nuclear, because obviously that's, you know, if you're making nuclear, you making you know, uranium rounds, and then, you know, that's where we're taking all the nuclear stuff, so we might as well stick some nuclear power in there. But yeah, I mean, the water side of it is a pain. I mean, the easiest thing to do is usually to stick it out in the water. And the way I've done this is not efficient. You can have it better arranged, but you know, if you take your water and, you know, where's the blueprint? There you go. So if you stick it, you know, out on the water, then the pumps are just right there. But that means an enormous amount of land filling. And it's like, well, why not just stick more solar in, basically? Because, I mean, look at that. I mean, they've nearly done that. How's that done with power? They're obviously sucking away a lot of the power doing it. There you go. So sticking in that solar as what's that? That's sort of an extra fifth, maybe, of power. And I just had to go and stick on a bunch of blueprints. You know, it's way easier than nuclear. I mean, nuclear's cool and fun and stuff, but as you say, it can be a bit of a pain, especially when you get into, you know, needing terawatts of power. I think it's why they made nuclear like really abundant, you know, in terms of uranium, really abundant, but only have 2 uses for, you know, well, 3 uses, I guess, with nuclear fuel, but you know, it's very limited uses. And they've put loads and loads of it on the map by default. So it's like, you know, here's, and particularly like with Coverx and, you know, the fact that, you know, you don't need many nuclear power, you know, nuclear rods to run your nuclear thing. I think they've done all of that so that it's easy, in a sense, that you don't need to worry too much about fulfilling the production side of it, to try and encourage you to use it, you know, compared to the pain in the bum that is, you know, getting the water to work, basically. But then, you know, they were supposed to do the whole fluid update and didn't. So, you know, fluid mechanics are horrible in the game. Not that I could do any better, but... Right, so let's do this bit. I think I'll leave that, but we'll set these up. You know, connect all these to the network. Oh, they're not upgraded, are they? Is this where I stopped blue belting? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, because none of this is blue belt past this point. So what we could do, I could set these up, and then I'll go to glass of water and I'll set it upgrading all of this to blue belt as well. While I do. Right, so radars. A stack of radars is fine, I guess. 50. Set that down to 1. Right, so that's radars. Lasers. We want loads of lasers. Almost just on principle. So that stacks to 500, doesn't it? So if we set that to like 1,000, because what does our blueprint look like? You know, for our normal walls, that looks like, so it's only 12, but you know, it doesn't cover very much. And then that's got none. So it's, yeah, so it's like a quarter of a stack effectively per one of those, and the outpost ones would just be lasers, I think. No, I'll use guns, but I definitely won't use flamers because it's too much of a pain to get the oil over there. Yes, yeah, sticking nuclear reactors in the middle of a lake can be difficult. Yeah, I say it's kind of, if, you know, once you've, it's particularly how to put it, because you could, I mean, you can remotely lay down, well, you can't, you can remotely lay down landfill, obviously, so you can have a blueprint that has the water pumps on the edges, but that then requires you to lay down the landfill exactly at the right size, and that is very difficult to do. And you've no way of picking it back up again if you make a mistake. Obviously, you can undo if you're quick enough, but you have to be quick enough, because if they put, you know, one piece of landfill in the wrong place, you know, your blueprint doesn't work anymore. We'll get them to fill out this bit. So yeah, it's sort of, I say, I like it as a mid-game thing, but ultimately, you know, solar is still the way to go, really. Is that all done? Oh, no. That. So yeah, having basically just laid down, you know, a green circuit factory which I cannot properly fill with speed modules. I've then given the you know, the factory an enormous amount of extra production to do that's requiring a lot of green circuits, so I can't then make the modules to fill. I've not really thought this through, have I? Do that. And then there. So we need a bit of landfill here. Like that. Cool. Right, so what did I was going to set that to like 1,000? Yeah, 1,000. No, don't want that. Set that to 1,000. Where are they? There they are. So set that to 1,000. Off. Definitely don't need any more of them than I need. So we can set that to 200. Cool. And I guess we want a good few stacks of repair packs, but it's not that necessary. Really? Repair packs. 200. And I guess if we set them to 1,000 as well. So the outposts will be quite heavily using, well, lasers definitely, and I suspect gun turrets as well. Flame turrets is whatever now, really. Now that we are protected, it's just in case the biters manage to blow any up, basically. 100. Those cheeky little biters. Cheeky little scamps. And I'm going to need quite a few of these actually now, but only initially. Because I need to put the... I haven't done that either. I haven't put the artillery around the edge of the base. So we set that to 20, say. Oops, not 200. Crikey. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And I haven't really used nukes. I used to go a bit nuke mad when I got nukes. Easiest way of clearing out the biters I used to find, but the way it scars the land now is really, really horrible. So I tend not to use them too much. Plus we've got Spidey, so take that out. Oh yeah, this was the extra rocket production, wasn't it? Because yeah, okay. In fact. Yeah, no, let's keep that like that. So we want a lot of rockets now that we've got lots of spiders to keep happy. So I say we want a lot. So we want like 2,000. Because they're really, I mean, they go nuts when it's set to auto. Absolutely spam them out. Oh, they stack to 200. All right, well, more than that then. Want like 4,000. Because we're going to have an army of them, basically. And set that to 4,000 as well. Oh, what happened there? 4,000. Oh, I'm setting the stack size. I need a little break. Right. Explosive rockets. 4,000. Thank you. And take that off. Right. Nukes are good for clearing forests. Yeah, I say I used to use them for that as well, but I say I don't like these patches it leaves on the ground. I think that's really horrible now. I mean, I think that's why they did it. You know. I thought the taint, you know, when the biters put that down, I thought that was meant to go over, you know, like over time. But it didn't appear to, because that's horrible as well. Maybe they're trying to encourage you to put down, you know, concrete and stuff. Yeah, so we've only got 400 stacked. And our blueprint's got like millions in. Although I'm not going to be putting any walls down now, am I? So you see there's 40 in there. Another 10 in there. So it's 50 in just one of the sections of walls. I think maybe if I set this to 1,000, I say, but I'm not intending to do any more walls. Not, you know, proper walls, as it were. And we won't use them on outposts because, again, it's another thing that's too much of a pain to restock. Artillery. What in the heck was I thinking here? It's just we'll do a limit on it. You see, it can't even fill up what we've got here. So that's 40, isn't it? So if I put a single thing on there, like that. I say I need to redo artillery basically, because well, the problem was I got confused between the production times for the shells and the things. So I thought one of these would supply 2 of those, and it's the other way around. Well, more than the other way around. But yeah, what I've done, this ridiculous situation here means that I can't just stick in a load more of these. What's the time? 5:15. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and get another glass of water. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll set the bots upgrading over here. Let's get them to do what? Because it's kind of upgraded to this point, but I haven't upgraded all of this. It stops there, you see. There's not even anything on that bell. Because I need to upgrade, you know, the fluid stuff. You know, the oil stuff. So that's one thing. So we can set that going. I don't think it's fully covered by... No, you see it runs out basically up there. I don't think there's any belts there anyway, is there? No, that's okay. So they can do them. And then I don't think red is upgraded. No, it is. No. Oh yeah, no, this is the bit I've missed. So it's these connections. Right, so we'll do... Is that upgraded? I mean, this isn't. Could get them doing that. Right. So everything up to here is upgraded, and then we'll also do what we've just set, plus, you know, plus the sciencey, sorry, plus the nuclear stuff. So we'll go up to there. So that gives them plenty to do. Cool. Okay, and as I say, I will just take a quick 5-minute break and get a new glass of water, and I will see you in a second. And we're back. Just checking I had a thing a couple of weeks ago where I forgot to turn my microphone on. I was jabbering away for, well, felt like 20 minutes, but I think it was only about 5 without anyone able to hear me. But it looks good. The wiggly line is wiggling, so I will take that as okay. Yes, so... Oh, no, missed. Mm-hmm. Oh. How much do we actually have? We have loads of ammo, don't we? See, because the problem here, I mean, this was a bit of a mess, basically, when I did this. And I should really kind of rip it up, basically. As with the artillery. I think I'm going to pull up the artillery now, and we'll do a slightly better, you know, quicker build, as it were. The ammo I just leave, because it has produced a heck of a lot of magazines. And we have a lot of red ammo sort of kicking about. Yeah. So let's pull up the artillery and do something a bit more sensible. What we'll do is stick it on the end, basically. I'll put it up here. And we'll just have a little gap in the system, basically. It does mean a bit of rerouting, though. Because we need to take the plastic down there now. And of course I moved these over so that I could do the rockets. Like that. I think that's enough production for rockets. I think that's fine. I mean, I could always... No, let's just do it. So we want to... Oh, no, we don't. I don't want to pick this up. How about if I pick this bit up? And sort of chop this down the end here. So, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Bosh. So we put it there. And then we want... Pick these two up. Put them there temporarily. And pick all of this up. We need to grab that. And put it probably... there. So what are the ratios on this? So if this is producing... Where's shells? There we go. So if that's producing... That takes 15 seconds. And one of them takes 8 seconds. But that was the error, wasn't it? Yeah, it takes 4. That was the thing I got wrong, basically. So it takes 4 cannon shells. And I looked at it and thought, oh, 15 seconds, 8 seconds, that's 1 to 2. But it takes 4. So actually, it's 2 to 1, the other way round. That happened to me once. My microphone somehow stopped working and I didn't know. So I talked for several minutes and nobody was responding to me until someone put it out. Yeah. So somebody did on the other stream. I did eventually. I sort of noticed at exactly the same time. But yeah, it was like a bit of an error. If you don't mind me asking, though, I saw on your YouTube you've started a Bob's Angels playthrough. Would you recommend Bob's Angels? I mean, because I know, I mean, legendarily it's, you know, super duper complicated. But you know, do you find it? I mean, you're obviously playing it, so you don't find it too complicated. But you know, I mean, how do you actually sort of find it? Do you think it's something someone should give a go type of thing? Well, someone like me should give a go sort of thing, or because I'm thinking. Right, so this one's explosives, plastic and steel. None of which we have over here. Okay. So we need all of these bringing over. I guess we need to have a little bit of spaghetti then. What we could do How am I going to fit it through that gap? So, and no, you know, if you don't fancy talking about it, no problems. So I just sort of saw you, you know, playing it, and I thought, there's a man to ask whether it's how hard it really is to play, you know. Right. So for this one, I'm just going to punch a hole, basically. I think. I'm going to take this around and about. I could just belt it over, basically. Not belt, bot it over. So we got this belt here already. So what the heck? Right, so you should have enough. Oh, everyone needs explosives. Don't need that, but I do need that. Right, and now we'll be able to bump up the explosive production, because that's where we're really badly limited. Oh, or was that a temporary thing? Huh. I didn't know I was storing any cannon shells. So are there some in the network then? If I don't make that a requester. I'm just wondering if it's dumped them into the network somewhere. No. Oh wait, don't I have to... No, okay. Okay, let's leave it like that. I find it a bit of a challenge. It does help knowing some chemistry though, since you deal with different chemical formulas to make things like rocket fuel and plastics. Okay. One of the things, I mean, I was talking about it on a previous stream, but actually, I think in a moment of madness, I was thinking about trying to do a mod, because, I mean, my background, you know, back in the day, shall we say, I used to be an analyst programmer, which basically means I have some, it might be a bit grand to call them programming skills, but, you know, I can do a bit of programming. I say, in a bit of a moment of madness, I was sort of thinking about what are we doing here? Trying to do my own mod or series of mods. I was kind of thinking of doing, and I think people have done it before, so that's kind of one of the things that stopped me. But doing like a realism mod, as in so actual, you know, so using ores basically. So you would mine. Well, an example would be something like ferrite, which is what iron ore, or one of the iron ores, you know, on planet Earth, sort of thing. Because there's certain ores that, for example, I can't remember what it's called, but the ore that you get most lead from also has arsenic in it. So you could, you know, you can introduce lead ore into the game, and also have it produce a proportion of arsenic, and arsenic could be used in poison capsules. I was actually messing about with poison capsules because I wanted to know, am I missing a trick, you know, with because I don't use capsules and bots, you know, the combat bots or anything. So I was kind of, but it's been so long since I even looked at them. I was wondering if maybe, you know, they've improved them or made them more effective, but poison capsules still appear to be completely rubbish. But you could do like an additional poison capsule that was like more effective. So it could be the. In fact, I don't want to do that. I'm going to put some beacons in here, basically. So I have got a few speeds on me. Is that too far apart? You can always tweak it. Just to compensate for the prods. Can't fit two in there, can I? Oh. Oh, and it doesn't overlap. That's annoying. But yeah, so a bit of a moment of madness, I think. But as I understand it, that's kind of what Bobs and Angels do, in a sense. You know, they introduce, as you say, real chemistry. As in, not real world chemistry. And like, you know, you have to crush the rocks and stuff like that. I think I'm making a bit of a meal of this. So we want to move this to there. And then move that one to there. Move that one back a bit. Right. Excuse me. So, let's pop some of these in. Like so. Oops. Don't want you to do that. What's happened there? There we go, that's better. No, I need to copy it, don't I, again? There we go. Oh, it's because there's no power pole there, that's why. Right. I'm starting to... So you should be going at, yeah, slightly faster. Okay. Okay, so it's stacking up here now. That's kind of what I'm after. And you're over... Oh, you got no... Oh, no, you have. There you go. Okay, it's not doing anything because there's so many in the system, as it were. But what I actually want it to do is just keep chugging away. And we want more than 40. We want like 100... well, it's got... Put it 80. There we go. That's a bit more like it. Okay. I didn't put any conditions on them before, did I? No. They're physically limited, but... Oh. Okay. We don't want any more than... Because I'm not going to... Obviously, I'm not going to use red ammo anymore. So we want this to not produce any more red ammo. Then... How many have we got? We got like 4. No, we got 1, 2, 3. We've got 6. So we want 1200. There we go. So these will not produce any more. 1200. Did I... Looks like we've probably used all of the... Yeah, so all of level 1 has been used up. I mean, if we put a condition on these, it's going to be bonkers. Because we want ammo's like, you know, when we need it, we need it. So we do want lots and lots of it. Because that's got 4,000 in it, hasn't it? So it would be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. 24,000 would be the condition, I guess. I mean, let's do it, because it's sticking loads in storage chests, but I say that's a silly condition to put on that chest, really. There are some different elements that you can make in Bobs and Angels that aren't in the base game, like titanium, aluminium, tin, and zinc. Yeah, so that was what I was thinking. I say, because that was the other when I say my moment of madness about trying, working out how to do modding. Because it's just in Lua, which is basically C++, which is one of the languages I know. But because like tin and zinc, titanium, aluminium, those are exactly the ones that I was thinking about introducing, or doing in a mod. Because one of the weird things I've always thought about the game is you make these low density structures, and they're made from copper, steel, and plastic bars. Now plastic can be light, but steel is not light. And adding 20 copper to a steel bar just doesn't make any sense. But if you use titanium and aluminium, they are light and strong metals, so it makes a lot more sense. And that was the kind of thing I was thinking about, that you just swap out some of the materials it uses. So the obvious and classic one is ammo. I mean, you could switch all this up, so you could have solid copper rounds instead of iron plate rounds, and then this is, instead of piercing rounds, it's copper jacket rounds, so basically with lead. And then you could probably have like an armor piercing round as a version of that. And I mean, you could use steel, but you could also have like an explosive tipped round, and then obviously uranium. Is uranium rounds basically. But you could make lots of tweaks to a lot of this stuff in particular. Because how exactly I mean, a coal wrapped in an iron plate, I guess it's a grenade technically, but you could fiddle about with a lot of this. And the poison capsule, as I say, if you introduced arsenic to the game, you could have poison capsules and maybe just keep them, and there's like a super poison capsule which is made with arsenic, which is actually effective against the high level worms and stuff. Or like, I mean, you can introduce a heavy machine gun as well as a submachine gun, and that maybe that's how you fly you can only fire heavy rounds from it, sort of thing. Do a lot of tweaking there, but I say, I think that's kind of what Bobs and Angels kind of is meant to be achieving. So, I'm not sure there's much point in doing that in a sense. Right, so I guess we could set some conditions on this. This is really here to, fuel our ammo and the other system. So it would be worth limiting it. I think we don't want it spamming out too much stuff, but it's only really gonna, the bots are sort of taking care of it basically. But we might as well set a limit on it. So we've got 15 at the moment. So if we set that as, say, maybe we set it to, because that's 45, isn't it? So maybe if we set it to 45, I think. But again, it's this thing of, you get so much uranium. It sort of feels like something you should be conserving, but in reality, it's just not a problem. So set that to 45. Set that to 1. Not that it matters, because it'll only do 1. I'll do that. That. I'm turning the limit things off mainly just to test that the condition is working properly. Again, landfill. Something you need tons of every so often, basically. Let's set this, because there's bound to be loads in the long-term storage. So what we want to set it to? So maybe, oops. Does it stack to 100? Yeah. So that's 2,000, isn't it? So we don't want more or less than, more than 2,000. Yeah. Okay. Cool. How many speed modules have I got? So I've now got 89 speed modules. Marvellous. 400 prod modules. Okay. Let's go over here and just do this manually. In fact, actually, let's set them conditions as well, because they're quite expensive. Need to do these. Need a radar over here as well. Radar, there we go. Oh. What it could do, help that situation out ever so slightly, is nip up to the beacon production. I keep flipping. Oh, I was going to set this, wasn't I? So, I guess we should set a limit for Spideys in case something goes weird. But I'm going to be taking them out individually, so we don't want more than one in storage. Yeah, we don't want more than 50 of these. Is this threes? Yeah, that's all fine. Rocket launchers, definitely don't want it producing millions of them. Is it stacks? It's only 4. I mean, really, we don't want more than 4 because we're only using to make Spideys. So might as well set that. It's 4. Oops. These lads, I guess let's limit it to 20 or so. I know it's been making lots of these because I've been swapping them out and it dumps them into the storage. In fact, I might set that lower than that. So say there's and same with the legs. There's loads of them in the, well, not loads, but you know, more than I'll ever probably use in long-term storage. Legs 11. Shields again. Don't want a million of them. And batteries, same again. List. Got the chest rather than the inserter. Wait, is this batteries or shields? This is batteries, isn't it? Should be. Oops. Yeah. Now we've got laser. You see, it's got loads of them in there. That was me ferrying them about before manually. And lasers. Tune again. Roboports. We wanted to make them because, you know, if I'm going to have an army of Spidertrons eventually, then... Oh no, what did I do there? 10. You know, they're going to need to stock them up with bits and pieces. So that's all of them. Right, yeah. So I'll head up to the beacony modular area. And, in fact, we could stick some prods in there, couldn't we? I haven't even got any in there. Haven't even got any in there. Can I? But yeah, what we can do, because we have got old modules, and I've not set up any requests to bring them up to up here, so they're all sat in storage, but we can kind of recycle them. I mean, we could even ferry some of these over. Right, so how do we want to do this? So we want a... So these are the level 3s. Where can I slot... I can put one in there. And in there. And then maybe in there and there. And there. And there. And there. So I want these to request up level 1s, basically. The wrong thing. I mean, there's probably only like 50 in the system or something silly, but... and then these request up level 2s, which again, if... Well, I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if there's... Yeah, there's 4. How many of these are there? Oh, there's 600 in storage. Okay. Huh. Prods. Now, did I even use any level 1 prods? I think I did. There we go. We could also probably double this up. Oh. Oops. There and there, isn't it? So... This is going to request level 2 prods. No, there aren't even any of those. I'll leave it on just in case somewhere, maybe out in the wilderness, I've stuck some in somewhere. I don't think I have, though. That's part of the problem. We should have been using them much more heavily. So this is 1s. Oh, there's 600 of them as well. Okay. So yeah, it looks like I've forgotten basically, but I think I must have made some level 1s and used them when we were doing the bootstrap base, and then I never really transitioned to 2s, which is makes mistake really, because it's quite beneficial to have them basically. Right, so what we should be able to do, I don't know how much of this is an illusion, because obviously I can see there's only a trickle of reds coming in, really. And they're all being used, by the looks of things. Or pretty much all being used. So, if I add more production on, is it actually going to make any more? Because that's why we need the red circuit factory, basically. Because hopefully, even though this is producing a tiny amount, it won't be long before... How many is that loading up? So it's got 1,000 in there, you see. So it's not... It's producing some. Just nothing to write home about, basically. Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's stick another... I think I've even blueprinted it, haven't I? Let's stick another speed one on. I mean, we need a whole, module production factory, but I'm going to spend a few streams. Where the heck is it? If it's even there. Oh, there we go. Upgrading the whole system that we've got. How do I want to do this? Because I could just split the belts, I guess. It's probably easiest. So if we just plop our... Oh. Blanca. Oh, it's a red belt. Oh, of course it is. Do one like that. And then we want splitter here. Put in there. And then we want another one here. if I just move that... Oh, it's red. Move that back one. Like that, and I can take that under. Let's do it there. There we go. There should be another line somewhere. There. There we go. Oh, okay. Right. Oh no, that's fed in there, isn't it? So that's okay. Is everybody getting stuff? Everybody seems to be running, apart from these, which are obviously waiting on these to work. Cool. I'll just do the one extra speeds, because that's what we're mostly lacking. I should really put modules in these, shouldn't I? But it throws the ratios off. We could try and make it even, I guess. Oh no, I can't put them in, can I? Always forget that. Let's just... I mean, I've not got hardly any anyway. Let's just stick one in. See, can't even do all of these machines. And there you go, you see, we're running out of reds. What is this moaning about here? Oh, it's just a speed thing. Oh, I've got one more, there we go. Do that. Okay, so that might make a few more. I think I'm going to spend the rest of this stream doing all the upgrades rather than mess about with red circuits. You know, we've not even got the green circuits to keep our main factory going. So, what's the point building a red circuit build? Right. So, I want to upgrade there. Up to there. Am I fussed about setting conditions on these? I don't think I am, to be honest with you. Why are you not running? Because you've got uranium. Two, three, five. Why is that not running? Is it connected to waiting for source items? 235. Oh, it's because this is full. Right, okay. Okay. And I guess that's full because basically we've got way more than we need. Yeah, I've got 4,000 of them. Okay, that's fine then. I think I'll just leave them. Right, so let's upgrade this. Did I upgrade these? I did, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Right, so this is all the assembly machines. So we want, not we can, we want speed modules in these really. I already set conditions on a lot of these, so because this is a requester, I mean, there's none left anyway, so that's fine. And this should be the same, so that's the same, yeah. And then this is the blues. Wow! Don't think I need any of them anytime soon. And this, so if we set this to greens, and we want, so call it 200 because there'll be some big builds coming up. Oh, this is set with a... Right. So you are fine, aren't you? What I could do is I could put this after the fact. We could have like a little cheeky passive provider. So any that get left over, we can shove into the main system. We can shove into the modules at the top. So this will take them... In fact, I might upgrade that to a stack so it doesn't miss too many. But any, you know, when it's finished doing this, it'll stick whatever we've produced here into this, and they'll take it up and feed it into the general production. Because that's what I was thinking about doing that here as well. Where are we? Where are we? Where are you? Wait, where are they? No. Oh no, of course. Yeah, no, sorry. Doing it with these, basically. Because this comes round here. So anything that's left, we could just stick in a, you know, we do a filter. Let's just make one. Yeah, okay. Do a filter. And then whatever's sort of left over that's not being used by science, we can just stick in a little chest. It's kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul, but in that the material, this will cause materials to be pulled through here, which of course would be going up the top, but whatever. Where did we get to? So we were doing this. Have I got any more speeds? I have. Do I need them? I mean, it's not really high demand, is it? No, I think I'll take them out actually. I can use them better elsewhere. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Let's upgrade a bit more. It's really quick upgrading. I'm a bit surprised we got quite so many blue belts kicking about. Let's do up to here. What are these machines doing? These are all doing pipe. Okay, we can leave all that. And then, right, here we go. We want a limit production of these to what? They only stack to like 10, don't they? So we set it to 100. It's another one where when we need them, we'll need hundreds. And then we won't need them at all for ages. This one wants stacking quite high as well. I'll say we'll need hundreds, we may not do. In the end, 100. Undo that. Again, what's that set to? So we set that to 100 as well. No, set it to 50. I don't know how big oil fields get in terms of number of wells. And centrifuges. They stack to 100, so you know we don't need that many really. Stack size. Now, drills. Drills we will need a lot of. So that's 500, isn't it? So let's set this to 1,000. And there's a brilliant another one where, because this chest has only got 500 in, but it's not turning on because there's obviously 500 in the long-term storage. How many are these? So that's got 560. Let's set that to 1,000. This is the one I need to. This is where because I'm still working out what my builds look like and how many of these I'm actually gonna need. I don't actually know, but we can take a guess. It's going to be more than that. I think I've already got 1,000 of them on my, and I've not actually done purple science yet. Now beacons. We might actually want a double chest's worth because these only stack to 10. So if we set that to say, so that's only 100, isn't it? 200, 300, 400. So if we set these to like 1,000, then they'll fill these chests and keep going. Which one did I do? So obviously I'm not actually spamming these out to fill 2 chests worth, but once one's full, they'll fill the rest, sort of thing. Wires. We only want 100 or so, or 200, I guess, one stack. Of them. I never quite knew the point of wires, or at least the, you know, how they've done it, because if you put wires in a recipe, you don't actually need wires to fulfill the requirement. When I say recipe, I mean blueprint. So if you put wires in a blueprint, it will just put them in, and it won't. It doesn't make them out your inventory or anything. They literally just magically appear out of nowhere. So a bit like, I mean, it's a bit like. I mean, you could argue with power poles, the recipe has copper wire in it, copper plate in it, so maybe that's the wire that's being connected. But then, you know, where does it generate 4 wires from? But yeah, if you do connect them like that, so we've got 199. Do that. I've still got 199, so it magically appears the red wire. But then equally, when you take it down, you don't get them back. So, I mean, it doesn't really balance because if you done a blueprint with wires in it, it will use lots and lots of wires. Right, rail pieces. I think I'll only set that because they're so quick to make. And we've got the other production. I don't need to do that. The other production for the science side of it. That actually it's probably not going to be a problem. Basically. These, however, we do want to limit. So yeah, I probably should have done all this while I was putting it down. But yeah, whatever. Gives me something simple to do today. Again, let's not have it spam too many out. I might actually set this to like 200 and this one to 100 maybe. Ah, yes. We really. I need to get on them. Don't know how many our, you know, things would eventually have, but if we set it to, no, they're in trains, aren't they? There you go. Set that to 20, say. Oh no, they've stacked to 5, don't they? So it's 10 then. What else? Trains? Still haven't thought about how big I want my trains to be. But then I say it kind of depends on whether I go down the old moving ore or moving, you know, plate route. Plate stacks much higher, so maybe, I don't know, let's have, say, 40 trains available. 10, 15, 20. Oh, I've said that's 25, so maybe 20. There was someone on Reddit that the other day posted they got 100 carriage trains, and they'd I mean enormously long, but it was for 104, and I was like, I mean that is impressively massive trains, you know, but for 104, it must accelerate like a snail. You know, even with nuclear fuel. I mean, 141's bad enough. They're quite slow to accelerate. So we want equivalent numbers, basically. 120. 404. You get them trains in Australia. I know where. Where it's basically like, you know, multiple kilometers. I mean, I think they have in America and Russia as well, but they're like multiple kilometers long trains, and they literally take like a day to go past because they're just crammed full. In a sec. Of like bauxite and stuff, and like, you know, raw ores. And obviously, you know, gigantic open wilderness. So you just have, you know, you just stick it all in a train. You know, it takes you maybe a week to load it up, and then it travels across the, you know, the entire country and unloads. What am I looking for? I'm looking for fluid wagons. I'm being quite conservative with these. I'm not quite sure why I'm setting them so low. All right, tanks here as well. Okay. Definitely don't want lots of tanks. Set that to say 50. Although with that being an intermediate, I can't do that though, can I? I can use a buffer. I say with that being intermediate stuff, if there's loads and loads of tanks elsewhere, it won't make any and it'll stop it making that. So what I actually want is a buffer, I think. You know, with a request set to 50. Is that what I want? I think that'll work. Well, let's just make one. So I think that'll work, as I say. It should do. So it'll provide them via bots if it's, like, you know, got them in, as it were. Is that going to work? Yeah, that should work. But then if there's none in the system at all, it'll make some. Yeah. I think the wires are more for when you're programming things in the game for the first time. After that, you don't really need to use more of them. Yeah. So that's you know, that's clearly what they're going for. But I say it's sort of it seems pointless to me having them separate. I mean, I guess it's it must be a bit of a toss up really, because they're obviously, when you're making circuits, they've got the copper wires on them. So if you're hand making circuits, it has to be a step you go through. But in terms of these lads, they could almost be just representative and not. You don't actually have to make them. A bit like blueprints used to. I don't know how long you've been playing Night Raven, but blueprints used to be an item, as in. I mean, they still are, but what I mean is they used to be. You used to have to use a green circuit to make a blueprint. Was it just a green circuit? And I think blueprint books had red circuits. But so it was an actual item you could produce, in volume, and you didn't just delete them because, in fact, they still have the. Let's just randomly send something, don't they? So if I do that, oh, doesn't it still have copy, select new? Oh no, it looks like they got rid of it. It used to have a thing where you would click. Well, I mean, you could obviously do that. But there used to be an actual button to clear the blueprint. Or can't you do it? Isn't there a? Is it Alt? No, don't do that. No. But you used to have to clear them. It wouldn't just destroy it because you didn't want it to destroy it because it was sucking up green circuits basically. Right, so we need to do a bit more upgrading now because we're past where we were, aren't we? Yeah. So we need to do this bit. Say up to where? Let's do it up to there. And then let's grab them as well. Played for a long time, yeah. So you remember then, basically. So it used to be. It took quite a long time actually to settle on kind of how they wanted to do blueprints. Because I know it was I think it was quite a long debate of them trying to work out whether they wanted blueprints to be transferable and how they wanted that to work. So we're going to need a lot of robobots, I expect, because I suspect I will have to go bot-based for some of it in the end, so we might as well get it to make plenty of roboports, and they only stack to 10 anyway, so. Oops. Oh no, 10, 20. So that's got 100 in now, isn't it? What have I set that to? 500. So let's set it to 250 rather than 500. Chests, limit that to 100. No. And these lads, so. I might copy and paste this. I'll just edit which one it is. So that wants to be red. That wants to be blue. That wants to be green. That wants to be purple. And then we can do that. There we go. Was that all of them? I think that was all of them. Right, and this should basically be kind of these done. because this is robots, isn't it? I don't really need to limit anything here apart from the bots, which I think I've already done. Oh, here's our rocket silo thing. I thought I must have set one up, but oh, I've got 4 in there already. So I thought I must have set one up. I couldn't remember for the life of me whether I had or not. Can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to the expansion. I know it's probably, well, it might even be years away, but I'm so looking forward to it. Can't wait to see what they do. Now, this one is definitely worth limiting. What's actually in that? There's 500 in there. So if we set this, wait. Oh no, it's this one I've limited, isn't it? There we go. So we set that. Yeah. It's kind of, I say, it's if I go bot based with some stuff. You know, maybe bot-based mining or something. That's when I'll start to need loggy bots in particular. But also, we need to be supplying, you know, Spidertrons with bots, and so I don't mind having too many of them in the system. But I'm wondering if that should also be a buffer chest. And I think it should. Because, you know, if there's 500, I bet there's probably 500 sat down in the other... Well, there you go. There's already 601 loggy bots. So we want them... Why you not... Oh, brought me one. Where's the other one? How are we doing on times? It's 6:15. Okay. Happy with that. Where's my other buffer chest? It's only just down here. What are you waiting for? I think what I'll do, finish the stream. So I'm not really feeling up to doing a red circuit build or even starting it, to be honest with you. I think what we'll do is we're going to do the artillery stuff. Stick a few more of them in. We could go and... I mean, we've got now 93. Massive 93. Why are you charging up? What have you been doing, bots? Oh, we've got the buffer chest. That's good. Right, stick them in. Oops. That wants to be requesting up. Was it 500 I put? Yeah. And this one wants to be requesting up. Them, or providing them as befits, and I did not put a limit on that, which was foolish. So I want that to be let's put that to 1,000. In fact, I might draw that below. So if there's right. What have you been doing? Bots. Using up all my power. Right. Plastic. I bet there's no plastic in the system at all. So we'll just bump these up. It's only this here that we need to put So it's low density structures, isn't it? Yeah. Say 200 of them. Oh no, they only stack to 10, don't they? So set that to 100 then. Same up here. RCUs, set that to 50. wants RCUs. Oh, there they are. There we go. There we go. Cool. Oh, here we go. This is the other place I could grab some stuff from. Level 1 circuits. There's no point sort of having them sat on the belt rather than kind of doing the business. So if we make another filter inserter, bit here. Request a passive provider. Have you? Oh, I don't even need a filter, do I? Stack of them. Cool. Right, and here we are at the end, basically. So we can get all of this upgraded as well. What have you been doing, bots? Should turn them off, really. Right. So what's it starving for now? It's starving for red, basically, as we were kind of expecting. But yeah, so that's the entire bus upgraded now with limits set. Apart from, oh, I haven't done the rocket fuel. I guess I could do that. Seriously, lads, what have you been doing? Been out partying all night, haven't you? Am I putting any of these in chests? I don't know that I am. I must be. There we go. So, we want this to be 100 as well. I don't want it to go too nuts, though. Because obviously just turning these into... well, I'm carrying a few, but... nuclear fuel. How many modules have we got? Lots and lots of prods. Okay. Okay. So stick a few more speeds in here then. Yeah, so plastic's a big problem, basically. Which I kind of knew it would be. Let's have a look at the plastic. Where is it? There you go. So what's it starving for, I guess? Yeah. Petroleum. Kind of not got any real... Oh! The heck have I done there? I'm guessing this is all filled up though, is it? Yes, it's really about not having enough refinery production, which really... I bet this doesn't actually... Does it get all the way to the top? Oh, it does. We need to come in and put speeds in here as well, you see, and that'll spam it, because this has actually slowed them down. So the net effect is that they're slower, basically. Boom. Definitely haven't got enough for that though. Right, so let's nip over and see what speed beacons we can, speed modules we can stick in the green circuit build. What are you moaning about over there? Just a lack of staff, basically. Okay. See if we can't boost that a little bit. Should we go? Yeah, let's go with Spidey. I love the noises it makes. It's like it's grumbling. It's like it's complaining about being made to do stuff. I'm running out of steam. I'll be honest. A bit surprised. I say it's been one of those days where it's sort of, I don't know. I've not been tired, but it's like I've sort of run out of steam, feeling a bit sort of almost deflated. So yeah, it's not the highest energy of. I mean, not that it is anyway. I'm not what I think most people would call a high energy person, but say particularly trying to avoid getting too close and having the bots stick everything in. So that was it. That was the entire sum total of the speed modules we could put in. Wow. Okay. Yeah, basically we need to leave it running essentially for a good while. Let it sort of catch up with itself and make what beacons we can, what modules we can. Probably don't actually need that to be 400, do I? I might just stick them in because that's. Hang on. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I mean tomorrow. I mean, we'll definitely do the red circuit build tomorrow. And then probably at some point, Thursday or Friday, I'll do a tidy up stream where, you know, I'll go round to some like we got this. There's probably I think all the coal's probably been used up now, is it? Yeah, there's no coal coming through, but you know we got this. You know, need to pull that up, but I can then reroute the belt. We might as well do a silly belt thing to bring these over into the system, because what the hell, there's no point setting up a train or something to do it. Yeah, so for now what we'll do, I say we'll hop in oh look, there's the ammo, there's the explosive shells. I thought they must be in a chest somewhere. In which case I guess some of these need to be buffers really, don't they, rather than, because if they're being reused in certain products, certain things. I'll sort that out later. Basically, we'll hop on a train. You know, a restock train, and we'll nip round to some of the other things. In which case, I've got the artillery. Yeah, okay. So we'll nip on one of these trains. Oh, there's no one here. Where are you all? Here comes one. Here comes all three of them, in fact. Guess we must have had a couple of attacks. No, crikey. Why are they go? Where are they going? I thought all these were red, weren't they? There's not some error in my... Oh, that one was white there. Where are you going then? It's going to load full cargo. What is it? Just loop? Are they just? No, they weren't doing that before. And he sat there. Oh, where's he going now? Oh, I guess. I'm not quite sure why they're. Because if it's red. I wonder if there's some error in my logic. Or maybe it's counting, because I know there's still... No, it wouldn't be counting those, would it? I'm wondering if there's some error. Oh! It doesn't have an output signal. That's clearly an error. Huh. Okay. Right. In that case... There, yeah, okay. We'll just go around manually, I guess. So where's the first ones? It is there, isn't it? Okay. Huh, I wonder if maybe when I got confused with what the signals had to be. But they were sat, the trains were sat there, so why wasn't that, why was it working before and it's stopped working now? Because he's enable disable. And that is enable if greater than 0. And this outputs, oh, it does have a signal on it. It's less than 400 or less than 20. Oh. So why does it keep turning on? Because that's 600 in there. Why is that not showing the output signal? Have I hooked it up wrong? Red is... No, it's on that. Read contents, yeah. Why are you on? Oh, because it's inputting 17. Oh, I've only hooked it up to one of them, haven't I? Of course. 10, 20. So it's, if this one has got any out of it, then it comes and of course... Okay. The question will be whether I want to hook both of them up. So is it turned off? No, it's turned off now, you see. So it's the artillery, basically, that... Is it when it fires a single shell, it's sending an entire train round? Right, okay. Let's hook both of these up then. There you go. So it's inputting 40, so it'll only turn on if the combined total in those chests is less than 20. Do I want it to do the same with ammo? You know, do I actually want this to be 400? Oh, it is 400. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's the error then. Well, it's not an error, but... Because the other thing I was going to do was pick these up, you see. Don't do that. Why have you done that? Oh, because of instructions to do that. But I'll do that, obviously I'll do that as the tidy up. But yeah, basically I need to go round to each one and connect that to that. And then it won't send millions of trains just for firing one thing. Because when a train will turn up, it'll unload, you know, 40, well, up to 40. So it'll take it way beyond, you know, the problem, as it were. Right. Yeah, we'll do them later. The question is, can I summon a train? No. Let's just go. Let's go back to the thing. We'll order up a train. One train. And we will. Oops. So yes, basically, I mean, what I've been doing basically today is obviously we built the green circuit factory that we need, but we do not have the modules to complete it, basically, and it's going to take a while for it to build them, particularly because our plastic production is so low, which means our red circuits are so low. So really we need a red circuit factory as well. But that, of course, is dependent on the green circuits, which we kind of don't have. We could probably get a second train going now. I don't know. We've got 4,000 in it. But yeah, I need to keep ferrying back and forth the old modules. How many have I got now? So I've got none. Okay. Okay. The difficulty is I've given it a load of commands, basically. Why are you not bringing me a train? There are no trains, it's saying. What? Oh, I haven't turned the network on. Yeah, I need to stop fairly soon. It's Eurovision today. That'll show you how. If you're watching on the Vault, that'll show you how. Oh, well, assuming you know what Eurovision is, I know it's not it's a European thing, but I think people from other nations and countries know what it's all about. But so it's brought me a train, cool. But yeah, so I'm going to go watch Eurovision after this, which I entirely unironically enjoy. Oops. Right, so we want to. We've done them too, haven't we? So we want to head over to. Huh. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Oops. That's what I wanted to do. Yes, so watching Eurovision tonight. Gonna have a bottle of wine, watch Eurovision. Absolutely nothing to do tomorrow, other than... I mean, I could do things like add timestamps to the VODs and stuff, but I'll probably just watch a bunch of YouTube and... Right, so all I need to do, basically, is hook that up to there. That's the error. So that now it's receiving a signal of 40. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So, take that off. Because this has already got artillery. So we don't need to do that bit. What we do need to do is head... Yeah, if you hold shift, it goes to the nearest actual station. If you hold control, it's just the point on the thing. That's interesting. I didn't know there was that distinction. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully I'll be a bit more up for doing the red circuit build tomorrow. So it's a bit pointless, or it's a lot pointless, to be honest with you. Because, you know, we don't have the green circuits to feed it. I mean, I could make the green circuits on site. I mean, maybe that's an idea. But then that means even more modules and beacons. So, and we already have artillery here, so that's all fine. And we want to go here. What's the speed get up to? Couldn't tell. Right, and then where is it? Here it is. Connect them. And we already have it here. We can just drive forward a bit. This one. Right, next one should be needing artillery, I think. Yeah. I'll probably finish this off stream, so I need to stop so I can go and watch us Europeans sing at each other. It's better than shooting bullets and bombs at each other, that's for absolutely definite sure. Which we seem to have a penchant for doing. Why people care what a country is kind of staggering to me. And that's probably the old communist in me talking. Right, where do we want 2 here? 1 here? 2 here? Let's go with 2. Let's treat ourselves. Lovely special little treat. I'll put it a bit further up though. So I want that there. I want to turn my bots on, although I won't do it. We also want to make sure this is connected, so we don't trigger any or too many unnecessary train trips. So it seems like that. There's a bunch of artillery in here, and we want another one of these over here. Did I put that in the power as that? They get very quick when you know, upgrade them. Absolutely spamming them out. Okay, let's head off. Make sure no trains are coming. I'm guessing there will be. Yeah, here we go. So we want to get in here. We want to use... No, we want to use this to go to here. That train's going to wait behind me, thankfully. Nice and patient-like. Don't want to stand in the station though, because they'll do that. This is one of the reasons I don't use sidings particularly. I'm not fussed with this because it's, you know, it is what it is type of thing. But with sidings, the trains will try and path through the sidings. One of the reasons I do the whole roll on, roll off, you know, I keep calling it roll on, roll off. I don't actually know if that's really what it is. I say I just sort of adopted that term from somewhere. Is that connected? Yeah, it's connected. Let's let it fire up. But yeah, so they, you know, basically with that system, they attempt to path through the stations, and obviously if there is a train there, you know, they can get stuck effectively, particularly if it's loading and unloading. I think they tweak the logic so that it's not too bad. But I know it does, you know, well, you just saw it. It tried to go through the station. Well, it did go through the station. So I'll clear all of that out. And hopefully we'll be, you know, able to send them reasonable amounts of that. So where do I want? Do I want 3 here? No, let's just do 1 up here, because this will overlap. So we do 1 sort of quite at the end. Oh well, let's do 1 there. Let's do 1 there. Did I separate these into separate networks? I did, didn't I? Okay. So maybe we do want a couple. Okay. So I've got 1 up here, because that's in the other network. And then we'll have 1 here. Where does that range to there? Like that. We'll let that. Check that that's okay, and get the old green circuit connection done. Yeah, you see they overlap with that one. They can almost, yeah, they almost end up like firing out like machine guns if you go really nuts with the thing. You know, if you get really far into the old upgrades for that one. Okay. So I'll do that. We'll do this. We'll make sure no trains are coming. And then we'll put, this is a big long stretch with only one gate. We'll put 1 sort of here-ish next to the coal. And there, I think. So, we'll pop this one in first. Have you there. And then let's go along the gate. Quicker. And then, say next to the coalish. The coalish location. Oh, we're going to start some forest fires here. Crikey. Is that running out of fuel? I guess it's probably running out of fuel. No. Making a real mess of those biter lads. Right then, so we'll pop another one. Oh, here they come. Yeah, that's out of fuel. Why is that out of fuel? That's out of fuel because that's not connected. Oh, yeah. Plus there's none in the system anyway. In fact, why did that not flow that way? Oh, because there's 2 pipes there. That's the real problem. That's your problem there, that is. Oh, crikey. What was I doing there? Yeah, we don't need this. connected there. Cool. Cool. And then plop this right at the end, I guess. Yeah. Plop one in here. Oh. I think I might bolster the amount of... Oh, we need to fill that in anyway. Solar panels. Whoops. Got that misaligned. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. So, that needs to go out further, doesn't it? The old... let's take it to there. Boop. Right, so... I say it's interesting that they go to these. Oh, they're not going for the... I thought they were going for the land... Oh, there you go. There's the landfill. Cool. Okay. I think... Let's see where this... I'm tempted to leave that in case I want to do a bit more landfill there. So if we sort of landfill in this area instead. Oh. I'll put it all in and the bots will do it as I expand, basically, I think. Let's fill all of that in, you see. Oops. It's kind of never any good time to do the whole land filling. I'm not sure what I meant by that. As in, basically, I mean location. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's better with the solar panels just to do like continuous blocks. But so if we do down there. But you end up, I mean, this is quite a nice big, open area, but obviously we have got the oil and copper and stuff that we might want to grab. Oil in particular. How are we doing? Okay. It's 10-2. Okay. It's nearly out streaming or something. It's completely dead again. 7 o'clock. Oh, well, 6 o'clock. It's kind of fascinating how the, because at niche games, who am I telling this to? But the niche games, it's like, right, I can take that out. That's there you go. Take that out. There aren't that many people that stream it, and there aren't that many people that watch it, but it's kind of like, how to put it? There's like the not elephants in the room, but the big boys basically. The big streamers. If they're streaming, it's like they just sort of suck all the oxygen out of the room, which is fine. I'm not to say it's just fascinating more than anything. It's not. That's not a criticism in any way. Good luck to them and everybody who watches them, and it's great that they enjoy it and all that sort of stuff, but say it's sort of fascinating to be, I think I got, one stream, it was like, how many was there? It was like 50 people watching or something at one point. And then, it all just sort of tails away. Suddenly when oh, actually, I don't want to. No, I can't do that, can I? Because that's just, yeah, okay. So we want, where do we want this? Because this, point one here is a bit redundant, because, the way that curves around, so we might as well have it up here, and it will just, because all we're trying to do with this is to stop them colonising and clear them out, so that they're nice and far away from the walls, basically. That's all I'm really after, because it gets a bit... You can kind of get overwhelmed if you get lots of attacks coming in, you know, too close, as it were. And it, you know, if they just happen too often, if your system's not really producing, you know, enough ammo or whatever, or the power goes out, then they'll break through, which is what I'm really trying to avoid. So if we put one there and maybe one there, so we're a bit far up. So maybe one here? No, let's put one there. Let's plop it in there. And then if I put this over the edge, what does that look like? Yeah, that'll work, I think. So we'll put one here as well. Did I do the wire condition? I can't remember if I did or not. Yeah. Yeah, so it's now outputting one because there's only 4 in these. And so I need to go around and sort of tidy up like chest contents and stuff, because there's a load of random, you know, passive providers and stuff where I was ferrying ammo around. In fact, there's a tank full of shells and all sorts. I could recycle them back into the system, couldn't I? We don't need that anymore. But say that's the kind of stuff I want to do in the tidy up stream, I think. Right, so where do I actually want this? We could have one at the edge here, and then one at the edge there. Don't really need one in the middle, I don't think. So we'll pop this in here. Oh, am I out of... I think I am. Yes, I'm out of them. Okay. Right, so we need to go back home anyway then. Okay, and it's nearly 7 o'clock, so we might as well call that a stream. So, self-promo stuff. Basically, I stream Factorio every Saturday and Sunday. The weekend, as some people like to call it. And where do I want to go? If I go around to there. Yeah, so I stream Factorio Saturdays and Sundays for 4 hours usually. 3 at a minimum, but 4 hours usually. Generally, I'm a little bit more awake than this. Not been the highest energy stream. And I'm yawning already. Oh, God. I also stream Satisfactory on Fridays at the moment. So if that's more game to your taste, then you can watch that as well. You can find me at Trismegistus on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Twitter. On YouTube and Twitter, it's alias to Triggles, but Trismegistus will find me. I archive the VODs, the video things, to YouTube. The Factorio goes up Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the Satisfactory goes up on Fridays. Super early in the morning on Friday, for me, UK time. The Satisfactory stream on Friday, if I didn't say, is also 3 o'clock, but that's only 2 hours, just a bit of fun after work, basically. I think I'm probably going to either ramp that up or do a bunch off stream, because I'm kind of getting into it now. But we're only making very minimal progress because I'm only doing the 2 hours. So yeah, so I may well ramp that up. I'm thinking, depending on what they do, there's meant to be a update for I'm just going to park this here, block all the trains. I might get it to resupply me. Yeah, I might maybe do a bit of the Dyson Sphere program because they're meant to be doing an update that includes the things. Unfortunately, it would require. They've said that the new planets and stuff requires a new save, and it's a lot of time, a lot of work to get to a point where you can go to other planets. So that would have to be an entire new series, and I'm not sure I'm up for that as such. I could test out the the copy and paste function. See how much that helps. But yeah, I'll definitely do another stream of Dyson Sphere program at some point, but maybe not just for that. Just for this. Anyway, yeah, so that's me, basically, today. So I'll be back tomorrow, Sunday, for more Factorio. Almost certainly do a stream during the week as well, tidying up the base, if I don't do that just in my personal time after work. So, yes, if you've been watching, thanks for doing so, and I'll hopefully catch you on another stream. Cheers.